Ready Player One is open, and I'm so excited to see it. The trailers look awesome, the music is great, and the early reviews are good. But recently, I found out that the movie is based off a book. It got me a little worried. Do you remember a time when you were excited for a movie based off your favorite book, comic story, TV show, or a reboot of an old classic? And then you saw it. Sometimes they are not good. Sometimes they are. But have you seen those people, no matter how good or bad the movie is, talk about small or even big details that they didn't put in the movie? Which raises the question of this video. Why do adaptations change the source material? To some, this may seem like a stupid question. Others might find this a very valid one. No matter your viewpoint, I want to talk about it. So I will. The biggest reason adaptations change small details is because of runtime. How long does it take on average to read a novel? 6 to 12 hours based on the title, sometimes even longer. How long is the average movie runtime? 2 hours. It's gonna make it a little hard to get every detail in. Well, this might explain smaller details, but what about when a movie leaves out a big story beat, important character, or in rare cases, completely changes the story? Yeah, I'm looking at you, Percy Jackson. This question is a little harder to answer. One point I've heard is the scriptwriter didn't want to spoil the book for those who haven't read it. Now, this makes the movie its own separate experience. Well, that's great and all, but that raises the question. Why adapt something if you're going to change it? That's a good question. Honestly, I don't know the answer. Maybe just get the story out there? I'm not sure. One really stupid excuse I've heard is that the scriptwriter just forgot that section or character or location. This excuse is stupid because, in my opinion, if you're gonna adapt something, you need to know the source material. But maybe it's not the scriptwriter that changed the story. Perhaps it was the studio or director that had a different idea of how the story should go. Now, I'm just guessing, but I'm sure that there have been fantastic scripts that perfectly adapt the source material. But when the script got approved, the director, producer, or even the studio head saw it, thought it wouldn't fit their target audience, and therefore changed it. But I don't want this to be just a negative episode. I want to quickly talk about some of the best adaptations we've seen in film. The Lord of the Rings trilogy is probably the most popular. The scriptwriters knew the important parts of the story that needed to be in the theatrical cut, but kept the smaller details for fans of the books and the extended editions. This made it easier for wider audiences to get involved in the movie, and when the home release came out, they gave the extra content to those who really wanted it. The other big adaptation success is the Harry Potter series. A lot of Harry Potter builds off the previous stories, which helped make them more successful. Of course, details were removed, but all the important characters, locations, and story beats were included. This seemed to be okay to Harry Potter fans, mainly because all the other elements of the film worked so well together. The actors became these characters, the magic seemed so real, and the locations were beautiful and beautifully shot. This all added up to help the audience ignore those smaller details that are more obvious in other films. At the end of the day, film is a different medium than books and comics. That's about it. For a film to really get us to forget the smaller details, it needs to give us them in extended versions, or get us so invested in the film that we don't compare them as much. As for bigger changes, I still don't know why they happen. Maybe this will help next time you watch an adaptation, and wonder why they cut or changed certain parts. What's your favorite adaptation? Why do you think big changes are made in these movies? Thanks for watching Freeze Frame. My name's Jared, and we hope to see you next week.